Hi guys, I'm Karina.
Say my name.
And that's Eric.
You damn right.
And as you can see, Jennifer isn't here today. You can tell already.
You guys, that was a throwback to Breaking Bad.
Uh-huh.
Remember?
Yeah.
What's my name?
I know.
God damn right it is.
Uh-huh.
That's right. This is the Breaking Bad of podcasts.
This is the Breaking Bad podcast. Jennifer, if you hear this, we miss you.
Do we though?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Girl power.
Exactly. But welcome back to the late podcast. The law according to Eric. I just want to start this episode off with thanking everyone who's here and everyone who's listened. We've reached 1.5K on Apple Podcasts. And for that, I'm very happy. And I'm very happy these people are here. So thanks to the people who are listening from the very beginning and the people who joined along the way. We've reached stuff I didn't even think we'd reached so far.
No, it's really, really exciting. Every week we're growing, 100 here, 100 there. Mm-hmm. And it crept up fast. I honestly didn't think we'd make it to 1,500. This is just kind of a labor of love, just something that we do to, blow off some steam. And
from October to April.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, guys. And we're going to keep on putting out, content as much as we can. So as promised, we will have the famous Facebook story as told by my brother and my sister-in-law, his wife. Mm-hmm. That will probably drop for Friday's episode. Yeah. We're going to record it a little bit later in this week. So tune in for that as promised. And then we'll have to come up with some other milestone now, like when we reach like 5,000. Yeah. Maybe we'll do some kind of giveaway or something.
Didn't you say we were going to get better equipment once we reach 5,000?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. All right.
That's what you had said.
All right, fair enough. So we'll actually get like some decent mics and maybe like some real recording software or something. Exactly. Okay, fair enough.
All right. Well, this week's episode, the theme is family secrets. And I went through a bunch of subreddits picking out like the best little family secrets. We all know I'm nosy. So I got some good ones.
Oh, let me tell you, by the way, unfortunately, most of these are no longer secrets.
They're not, yeah. Well, some of them made fake accounts just to post this. Most of them literally did make fake accounts.
I don't doubt that. But let me just say, as a preview, with no spoilers, there are some seriously fucked up families.
And even for me, some of them were too bad to say. Like, even for me, I was like, okay, that's just a little too morbid for me to say on the podcast.
Oh, you don't our audience doesn't even realize how bad they must be. If Karina's like, yo, I can't talk about this. Yeah,
no, there was a couple. I was like, I can't talk about this on the podcast.
I mean, to put this into context, fam, Karina literally laughs out. She LOLs when like little kids get hurt.
That's funny.
There's okay, see what I mean? Like little poor little kid on a playground gets like hit in the head with a swing. This is the funniest thing Karina's ever seen.
I laughed when my brother fell off of a swing. You think I'm not going to laugh at random people?
I'm saying, so keep that in mind when she's like, look, I can't really repeat these. You got to understand how bad these really are.
Bad, yeah, they were. Yep.
All right, well, let's jump right in.
All right, let's dive in, guys. So the first one is, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for sharing a family secret? Started a little, less, and then we'll build up.
All right.
Oh, wait, I didn't say my joke.
Oh, you fuck. I lose by default. Okay, you know what? You go. You got it.
All right. How does a non-binary person kill people?
No, I'm afraid to ask how.
They slash them.
You know what? There was a shirt that said something like that too. It was a serial killer shirt or something.
Yeah, they slashed them.
Yeah. All right, that was pretty good. I had one, but then I forgot it, and then I didn't. I know. So you know what? That's the curse of Jennifer. No, I'm losing. I lost this week. I have to concede.
Who's unprepared this week, huh?
It was me. Fair. But that means that for Friday's episode, I'm going to have a really, really bomb dad joke. And
we'll see. We'll see.
Nobody else is going to get it.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I, 28 female, came from a culture where cousins getting married is very common. My parents are first cousins. My parents understood the consequences of this when we moved to a Western country 16 years ago. My parents deeply regret this now, as it has led to a lot of health issues for me and my sister. Now to the main story. I have made it a point to tell my significant others that my parents are first cousins, usually when the relationship is getting serious. After my first boyfriend, I have only had 2 serious relationships who I've told this to, and they ended for other reasons. A year ago, my sister got a job in a big company where one of my exes, let's call him Jay, is working. Jay and I remained friends after breaking up, so he and my sister got along well as well. That is until Jay let it slip that I told him about our parents being cousins. My sister literally screamed at my face when she came home. I told her I had to tell him if we were going to be in a serious relationship. She told me, what kind of fucking moron goes on advertising such a huge family secret? She then says that no one should ever know that, and I have to promise her that. I told her I won't promise anything, and I told her I had to tell other people, and the only people I've ever told was my 3 ex-boyfriends. Not even my closest friends know, and that's because it's not needed for them to know. She kept crying about it affecting her as well. I tried consoling her, but she swatted my hand away. She left after screaming a bit more. I called Jay, and I told him I was very disappointed in him. He apologized and said that he would personally apologize to my sister as well. My sister texted me later that she's going no contact with me until she feels that she can trust me. I felt like I had to tell the person I was falling in love with and not let it be a deal breaker later when their relationship was serious. So, am I the asshole for telling my ex-boyfriends that my parents are cousins?
Honestly, kind of.
You wouldn't tell your partner if your cousins?
I know that this might be a little unpopular, right? But I don't think that there are potential health risks if she marries a non-family member and they have kids. And for me, honestly, that might be the only reason why I would say anything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can start with, look, in my culture where it's from, this is not uncommon. It's not going to matter. People are going to get freaked out.
Exactly.
This is like,
well, her first boyfriend broke up with her because of that. He said, no, this shit's too weird. I cannot.
Yeah. And honestly, if she didn't say anything, chances are nobody would know.
No one.
Right?
Yeah.
They probably act like a normal family. They've got their issues and fights and happiness and all that stuff. And so at the end of the day, I think it was stupid for her. I understand the idea of if I'm serious with someone, I want them to know everything about me. But no, not everything requires a fucking sit down discussion.
Hey, my parents, they're cousins.
And by the way, it's not her fucking fault.
Exactly. She can't do anything about that.
She wasn't the matchmaker for this. She's just born into it.
Probably so embarrassed about it. She's like, no, I've went my whole life not telling anyone. You're just telling people you're sleeping with.
But that's the point. Like the sister's right. Mm-hmm. Whether it's out of embarrassment or just privacy for the parents or whatever, it's really nobody's fucking business.
Exactly.
If it's not illegal where they're from and it's not illegal here, just live and let live.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the more I think about it, that was a dumb move.
Yeah.
And by the way, most people are not going to have the level of insight that I've got. And they're going to be like, oh, that's really fucking nasty. Right. And honestly, it really shouldn't affect the daughter and her future relationship or their kids. Yeah. You know,
you're not marrying your cousin. It shouldn't matter.
Right. And if this were really a concern, like if there's like a real health issue, then I would consult a physician or a genealogist or something and find out. But something tells me there's probably the answer for this conundrum somewhere on the internet. Just use the Google.
Yeah.
Google will tell you if your kids are in any kind of health danger.
No one Googles anything anymore. I know, I'm on TikTok and I'll see the randomest questions and I'm like, Google, like, why don't kids use Google anymore?
I know.
So
it's gotten so bad. I mean, look, I'm going to out my son a little bit, but it's a whole generation. They've gotten so lazy.
Yes.
He doesn't even text me with his fingers. He talks into it. Yeah. That's like the Siri text. Mm-hmm. And then he uses like every 3-letter acronym possible for everything. And I swear, it takes me longer to figure out what the fuck he's trying to say to me than if he would have just typed out the word, right? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'll let you know later. And I get like a random ILKMYR, whatever. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, the IDK.
Whatever.
ILY.
Right. Like, I don't know.
ILYK.
I know. What the fuck are you saying to me? So, yeah, it's a generational thing. Yeah. But chances are the answers are out there to your concerns.
And chances are there's nothing's going to affect her and her future children and this guy. So she shouldn't have said it. And now her sister's also.
Yeah. I mean, let me just make this simple. Okay. If she ever, ready? This is ready for Eric to drop some knowledge. Uh-huh. I just thought of this now, but fuck, I'm proud of this. Okay. If you ever want to get married, keep your mouth shut. And if you want to stay married, open wide.
Oh my
Thank
God.
You. That was a good one.
That's your dad joke of the week.
Call it that. Fine. That means I win. No,
it doesn't.
Because you said it was my dad joke. So now it counted.
Okay, it counted.
Bam.
All right. Well, she is the asshole then.
Out thunk again.
All right, next one. You ready for the next one?
I am.
The title of this one is "We Are in a Consensual Incestuous Relationship."
Oh no.
My sister and I are 1 year apart. When I was 2, she was 1. Our biological parents died. We were each adopted by their friends. They raised us as their biological kids and never told us that we were adopted. Families have had some contact with each other. We saw each other probably 2 to 3 times a year, but not more than that. No one ever told us that we were siblings. Hell, none of the relatives even knew. Only our parents and one sibling who kept the secret from us. I really liked her in the limited meetings that we had, so I asked her out when I was 17. We dated for a while when I was 19, and we decided that it was time to tell our families about each other. We thought it would be cool. And when we told them, they freaked the hell out, telling us the truth. By that time, we had already been together for 2 years, had sex many times, and considered ourselves a couple. Now it's been 6 months since we know of the past and still struggle with how to go ahead. We want to stay together and have been thinking about how we can make this work. Given that only 5 people know all of this, we thought that it could be kept a secret. But I also assume the people who work out the adoption also know, right? I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem or not. Also, I assume some people from the biological family might know, although they live in Europe. Let's say we stay together. Obviously, we need to adopt children as we should not have biological kids with each other. But in case of getting married and living together, are we actually committing any crimes here? And what are the potential legal consequences? What would you do in our situation? I wish you all could see Eric's face.
Well, it's a bit of a head scratcher, isn't it?
Right?
So
this is on the other side of things, huh?
Okay. First, it's probably not illegal in like Mississippi and Alabama and parts of Tennessee, places like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty disturbing that when the truth came out, you guys were like, okay, fuck it. We're just going to keep on keeping on. It's already
been doing.
I understand like you can't change the past, but you can deal with making the same mistake over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously they're right about if they decide to pursue this relationship and continue, they're going to need to adopt.
Right.
If they are actually talking about this in the future, they're probably more serious than anybody understands or realizes.
Yeah.
It's possible that they've got the weird sort of sibling thing. So, because I've read stories where like siblings that were separated at birth somehow connected to each other, and
they have the same lives. Just in
just things like something unexplainable draws them to that person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but even assuming arguendo, that's a legal term. Assume arguendo. That means like for argument's sake, but in Latin, like that. You see that in your fucking law school books all the time. Assuming arguendo, okay, that's a judge just trying to be like better than all of us. But anyway, yeah, okay. So assuming arguendo that they are going to stay together,
right?
Honestly, what would I do? I'd move the fuck away.
Yeah.
Go someplace nobody knows you.
Yeah.
Show up like a new couple and we just wanted to chase our dreams, like become screenwriters or some shit.
You're both orphans. Tell that to people. You're
both
orphans.
Right. We met at the orphanage.
We met at the orphanage.
Been friends our whole lives, and now we, whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Don't tell them the truth. Don't.
Right. Yeah, right. And it doesn't have to be a complicated lie.
Exactly.
Just be simple. We were both orphaned.
And that's true.
Yeah, we met in foster care or whatever. We fell in love, and we decided we just wanted to be away from those bad memories or whatever, and start a fresh life. And that's it. And then never, ever tell a soul. Ever.
I would even say change your names.
Under any circumstances.
Because there's people who know.
That's right. Just fucking and move as far away to wherever you can afford. I would even go like fucking Canada.
I was going to say, I'd leave the country. I've heard Switzerland is great.
If you can afford it, migrate. No, remember they have European relatives.
Oh, right. You're right.
So just go to Mexico or Canada, and just, that's it. Stay the fuck and stay off the radar.
Everywhere. Yep. All right.
Damn.
I told you these are crazy.
This is going to be a rough one.
All right, next one. Am I the asshole for exposing a family secret and making my mom cry?
Oh, probably, because, moms are moms. Okay, but all right. But not every mom is pure and wholesome. So, okay, go ahead.
So I have a brother, James, and a sister-in-law, Maggie. They are pretty unhappy in their marriage, but they stay together for their kids. They both have a very strained relationship with my parents, and as a result, my other sister's kids are very obviously favored. This hurts James' kids. The reason for this favoritism is an affair that happened 19 years ago. My mom is pretty narcissistic, and it got to the point that all 3 of her kids are sick of it. When James married Maggie, my mom treated her like the daughter she never had. They were very playful in kind of a weird way. Like, I remember one Christmas, Maggie got really drunk and had a little cake fight with my mom and put cake down her dress. Stuff like that. I guess my dad always wanted a threesome. And my mom said no, but one night when James and Maggie were staying with them, he went out and they were all drinking together. My mom and Maggie hooked up and my dad watched them.
Oh.
When James found out, it was a shit show, but my parents showed zero remorse. The only reason he didn't go no contact was family money. We recently had a family dinner, and James' kids were upset when they found out my parents were planning on taking the other grandkids to Aruba before the year started. I just couldn't take it anymore, so I told them the reason my parents don't see them more. So I told them the reason why my parents don't see them more. Maggie ran off, my mom burst into tears, and my dad kicked me out of the house. So am I the asshole here? This is so unnecessary for him to say.
That was like excellent. Okay, so can you just give me the cliff notes?
So basically, Maggie and James are her brother and sister-in-law.
Okay.
So 19 years ago, her mom had like a really like daughter-mother relationship with Maggie, but the dad wanted a threesome with his wife and his daughter-in-law and him, basically. And the mom always said no, but I guess one night they all got too drunk. Maggie and her mother-in-law hooked up, and the dad watched.
Oh my.
And that's now why they're so estranged from James and his kids. And then the kids got mad because they were like, why do you always favor the other grandkids and you don't even like us? So the person writing it basically was like, you want to know the truth? It was because mom fucked your mom. My mom fucked your mom. And now we don't get along. And now hell raised.
This is so Jerry Springer. Oh my God. So mother-in-law and daughter-in-law get it on in front of Papa.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, he wanted to join. They just said no.
But still, he you know what? He did join in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yep. I guess him watching was
enough.
And so is the question, what, is he the asshole?
Is he the asshole for letting the kids too?
Yes. Yes, you are. And I understand the need or the desire to kind of get that out. And it's something that's so shocking because maybe kids need that. Because honestly, children don't understand dynamics.
Exactly.
They do feel hurt. Like I was something that my grandfather always tried really hard to do was to be equal towards myself and my cousins.
Yep.
Or his other grandchildren.
Kids feel it. Kids feel it.
They do. Mm-hmm. I agree. Especially if they're older and like the first ones and then like the new one comes. And So I understand sort of the need or the desire to protect your kids' feelings and make them not feel so bad. You just should have found a better fucking way to do it. Yeah. Okay. Just say like, it's nothing like that. They love everyone just the same. That's just how they express themselves.
That's how they just
or blame yourself like, you know what? It's not you guys. It's me. I had a falling out with them years ago. They never quite got over it. It was over something stupid. I don't even remember what it is anymore, but that's that, right? That's what he should have done.
You shouldn't have told them what really happened.
Some truth is better left untold. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just so cringy. It's
so grimy to say that to kids. Like, why would you say that?
Oh, I know. Like, how? Like,
how do you even say that? Your mom slept with my mom?
That's so bad.
Like, your mom slept with your grandma, technically.
I can't. I gotta stop thinking about this. It's just really, really gruesome.
So yeah, they're the asshole. Imagine there were worse ones than these. So.
Ew.
All right. Well, next one then. This is what would Eric do?
Okay.
My spouse cheated, had a child. We are divorcing, and now I have to pay child support for a kid that's not mine.
Okay.
My house husband's spouse cheated on me 3 years ago and had a child with another woman. Since then, he has secretly been giving them money behind my back. Yeah, I know I should have paid more attention to our finances, but my job really keeps me busy and stressed all day. I just found out recently because the mother died and he got full custody and all of a sudden moved the kid into my home. She never had knew this kid and 3 years just got moved into her home. I'm filing for divorce, obviously, and I get that I'll have to make alimony payments, but now, apparently, I also have to make child support payments because I've technically already have been making them for the last 3 years. I am in California. I have been married for 15 years, and my husband has not worked for the last 11 years of that.
What a loser. Sorry.
My husband did not have any kind of formal support/custody order prior to the mother's death and has just really been paying most/all of their expenses or buying things directly for the last 3 years, and I guess living with the second family during the day while I'm at work. The second family spending looks like it totaled up to $160K over the last 3-year period. I didn't really notice because we really do live a very luxurious life and maintain some accounts separate, credit cards, bank accounts, etc. I had a brief call with my husband and his attorney earlier, and the lawyer's argument was that I must have agreed to supporting that child because no reasonable person could not notice $53,000 a year in spending, and therefore they would be pursuing an ongoing child support agreement in the divorce. I'm already looking at $300K a year in alimony at this point. This whole secret has caught me very off guard, and I have no idea where to move on from here. The kid's not even fucking mine. I didn't even know he existed. What would you do in this situation?
Well, they're in California.
Yeah.
Let me preface this with a disclaimer in that I don't do family law.
Right.
So my response is going to be somewhat limited. Probably not what the Reddit poster is looking for, but my recollection of California law is if you're on the birth certificate, even if you didn't put yourself there, like if the mother put you down, you're the dad.
Well, this is not the dad.
No, I understand. Yeah. Doesn't mean he's the real dad.
No, Eric. This is the wife of the...
No, I understand. Yeah. I'm trying to explain to wifey
okay.
why she's asked out.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't have to be the biological child, right? It just has to be listed as the dependent or he has to be put as the birth father on the birth certificate. And courts in California will enforce child support.
But she's not the mom.
I understand. I get it. Well, you know what? Too fucking bad.
You really would have to pay that?
Yeah. Now, maybe there are some loopholes that I'm not aware of, again, in family law.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'm going through a divorce, my kids are older.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're all mine. So it's not like an issue I have to worry about. You know, so, but I think, my general recollection is it really doesn't matter. The biological connection does not have to be there for that child support to be required. And if she's the breadwinner,
right,
that's where maybe she can get off. Like, this is not part of her deal.
Right.
But if it became a community debt or a debt as part of their marriage, then yeah, she might be stuck.
Yeah, that's messed up. She's even
it kind of sucks.
Like, you didn't even know your husband had a secret family, and all of a sudden.
Well, you know, yeah, I'm with you. But
wow. Okay. Well. All right. Next one. Am I the asshole for telling my wife's family our secret?
I guess that depends on what secret it is, right? But okay. Like, oh, I see your look on her face. Like, I'm going to regret even like hearing this, but go ahead.
I, 28 male, have been with my wife, Rebecca, 29 female, for 4 years. Rebecca comes from a very religious family, and we have hidden a lot of aspects about our marriage from them. We have some contact with them and only see them on holidays and special occasions like weddings or baby showers. One of the biggest things they disapprove of was us not having our wedding in a church. It was such a big deal that we now hide aspects of our marriage, like the fact that we are going to be child-free. One thing the family does not know about is that me and Rebecca have an open marriage and have had an open relationship ever since we started dating. So, I was meeting up with another girl at a bar a few days ago. It was going well, and I didn't notice anything strange. Well, today we went to Rebecca's sister's baby shower. We get there, and everyone is glaring daggers at me. The whole thing is tense. Wait, did I skip something? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. The whole thing is tense until we get to a slideshow of her sister showing pictures of the nursery and other baby stuff. In the slideshow, there was a picture of me with the girl at the bar. It wasn't an innocent picture, and looking at it, everyone would think I was cheating. The whole family starts yelling at me and calling me a cheater, and how dare I do this to Rebecca. I look at Rebecca for help, and she just stays quiet. I try to get them to calm down, but nothing is working. So I just yelled out, Rebecca and I have an open marriage. It's not cheating. This causes everyone to start freaking out even more, and we quickly had to leave. I'm in the car with Rebecca, and she starts to yell at me about how could I tell her family about that I completely betrayed her trust, and this is probably going to ruin her relationship with her family. I'm so angry now, and I say, so what? You would rather make me out to be a cheater than tell the truth? The argument continued for the rest of the car ride, and she won't talk to me anymore. I'm now sleeping on the couch. Was I the asshole for this?
Kinda.
I don't think he was. What was he supposed to do? Okay,
I'll tell you what. When you are in an open quote, I'm going to use air quotes for this, right? Open relationship. You understand nothing really good is going to come out.
No, it's not. Okay? No.
So if the question is what would Eric do, I would have done my best to think of some fucking lie right on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, no. Yo, it's not what it looks like. Okay. That's like my old friend from, my university days.
It didn't look innocent.
No, I understand, but you just have to make up an excuse like that's out of context. It was a dare because our other buddies were there and we've known each other for so long. She's like a sister, something, any fucking thing.
Yeah.
Right. But, and it's not because it's so embarrassing to the family. Well, but it's more embarrassing to her.
Yeah.
You basically just let her entire family know that she's like a spineless whore.
And she lets you be with them.
Right. You just step out all you want.
And they're religious.
Yeah, right. And then, you come home with that stank on your hang low from someone else. Okay. And, poor pristine girlfriend, future wifey, whatever. He's like, oh, were you with Darcy today? Or was that Beth I smell? Or whatever. Like, come on, guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You can't tell me you think this is going to end like. No,
it's not.
Right.
It's not.
So what you should have done is there's a term of art in the law, and we call it mitigating your damages. Mm-hmm. Okay. You know what? You can think about this like in poker too. Like we had our gambling episode last time.
Yeah.
If you're losing and you're losing and there's only so much time left in your game or whatever, stop trying to win it all back. Just minimize your loss.
Yep.
Not everybody wins every time. Mm-hmm. Okay. Take that advice, pal. You should have minimized the fucking embarrassment.
Yeah.
Try to come up with some kind of weird explanation and then get really offended like somebody's setting us up to fail. Who slid this into this slideshow? I bet it's like your ex-boyfriend who's trying to break us up. Turn it fucking around.
Yep.
And get it on. Blame someone else.
But let's be real.
Okay.
This family is messy as fuck. They had a baby shower slideshow that was just supposed to be the nursery and stuff, and they stuck a picture of this guy and some random girl in the slide. That's messy as fuck.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what he needed to do. Be like, yo, whoever did that not only took it out of context, or just like, you know what? That's a fake. That's a
fake.
Photoshop.
AI makes that
deep
picture.
Fake. Who's fucking with us? Is this a practical joke?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, are you behind the counter? Whatever. That's what I would have done. Mm-hmm. Remember the first cardinal rule of our podcast.
Deny.
When caught, deny.
Yep. All right.
That's what he should have done. The more I think about it, Jesus fucking Christ, buddy.
He was like, no, we have an open relationship.
I know. I'd be like, no, that's not me. That's not me.
That's not me.
I was never at that. I don't know who that is. That's not me.
I don't even go to bars.
Right. Looks like it a little bit, right? But no, it's not. That's. Right.
I would have laughed and be like, that's a good joke, guys. Who is that? Like, how'd you find the lookalike?
There was an Eddie Murphy bit a long time ago where he was talking about essentially if you have a woman dickmatized, you can literally be caught cheating by her in her house.
And say that's not me. And
be like, it wasn't me. I saw you.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I go, no. And like they'll forgive you. That's what you should have done, pal. Mm-hmm. If she's already letting you get your fuck on with randoms,
she would have let you lie to her family. She would have wanted you to lie to her family.
Just fucking, wasn't me. That's not. I don't know who that is. That's what should have happened.
Yep.
This should go into that. Was that Reddit museum?
Museum of Reddit. Yeah. That one needs to go into the museum.
Yeah, out of stupidity. Reddit. Like how to mishandle a situation in the worst fucking possible way.
He already said they were estranged from him. They only see him on like holidays and stuff like that. Now you can't even see them for holidays. They don't ever want to see him ever again.
All he had to do was be like, yo, I don't know how.
Exactly. That's an old photo.
Who's the Joker? Okay. Hey, cousin Rick or whatever. This is not funny, man.
That's
all he had to do.
Exactly.
You know what? Literally, he had one job. All he had to do to get out of this. So now he kind of deserves whatever he gets. You know what? Hope that couch doesn't have too many lumps. You're going to be there a while.
He is. All right. Next one.
Okay.
Title is My Ex-Girlfriend Demands Child Support Payment for a Child I Thought Was Never Born.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's related to the last one. If it's his, it doesn't fucking matter what he thought or didn't think or knew or didn't know. But go ahead.
It is. But okay.
All right.
Last week, I got a message from my very first ex-girlfriend ever, telling me that I have a 12-year-old son and demanding to meet up so we could.
Wait, this guy's first fucking girlfriend, he knocks her up?
Apparently, it's his first girlfriend.
I bet you it's his first time with everything.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, my God.
So that they could discuss the payment for child support. The problem in here is I never had kids, or at least I'm not aware of any children that I've had. A little backstory for here. My ex-girlfriend then and me became a couple when we were 21. 4 years later, we both were quite confident about marrying each other and building a future ourselves. She was 4 months pregnant by the time. During pregnancy, she had a change of heart and got feelings for a friend of hers, canceled her engagement, and left me for him. I was devastated, but I still wanted to take care of the child. I promised myself that I would not let any other personal feelings interfere with being a good father. I told her that and that I wanted to see our child, pay child support, and do whatever it takes to support her. But I also assured her that I would respect her privacy, accepting that I won't take a major role in the growing up of our child if she didn't want it to. All that went in vain when a few weeks later she told me she had a miscarriage. Not only did it break me a second time, I just couldn't believe it. So I really wanted to see her in person, to talk to her and get a chance to process what happened. We never met in person, but she did tell me over the phone which hospital she attended. and how the surgical intervention after miscarriage went and how long she had to stay there. After that, our contact faded. She told me she was tired of talking about it, so I let her go. I didn't bother her anymore. We haven't had contact further on until last week. So apparently, I guess, she intentionally made up her miscarriage, and that kept our child a secret from me for 12 years. I tried reaching out to her family because of this, but no one answered me. I don't have any evidence from 13 years ago of her telling me about the miscarriage, and only my parents know about this from my tellings. It is not my goal to escape child support. I will pay, even if it means paying the last 12 years backwards, which is a huge financial burden for me. But I do want to know, is there any legal consequence for her hiding our son from me, or does it affect child support payments? I've never even been to court, so I am quite frightened about all of this. I told her for now that I'll be consulting a lawyer before meeting her. I'm waiting right now for her to confirm that I'll get the time to talk to her. What is the wisest course of action for me right now?
Well, I'll tell you, I was a little afraid that we get a lot of these like child questions,
right?
And, like we're like family dramas. The answer is really the same no matter what. I mean, you knew she was pregnant at the time of your breakup. Unfortunately, she lied. Okay, that's the way it goes. Doesn't mean that you're not responsible. Mm-hmm. You might be able to negotiate like some kind of going forward deal as opposed to any years of back support since you were not court ordered to pay it. Mm-hmm. And you didn't know about it. So maybe there's an argument there. Again, I don't do family law, so I don't really know the ins and outs of all that. The bright side is if he's 12, you've only got to do it for 6 more years.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's it. Once he turns 18, you're not obligated. Even
he seems like he's really wanting to be a part of it, though.
Well,
I think he's just worried of 12 years of back pay.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying you might have a way around that. Probably because it wasn't court ordered.
Yeah.
Right. So you wouldn't have been compelled. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if it's court ordered child support and you don't pay it, that's different. And you can be put into collections. You can be arrested. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. But if there's no court order and you had no idea, I don't think she can get you reasonably for a bunch of, 12 years of back support. Yeah. But you could probably do something going forward and you'll likely be charged with it anyway, especially if it's yours. You could require or request a DNA test if you really want to be sure. No, I'm serious because again, the whole point of I had a miscarriage. She tells you about the hospital. All of a sudden she's in love with some other guy. Yeah, okay, but that might be, put that aside for a second. Yeah. It just seems like, well, one of two things. All right, so now my conspiracy hat's going to go on. I'm wondering if she was pregnant with this other guy's child, and that's what eventually made the breakup. And maybe now they're having problems or financial issues, and she's like, oh, I'm going to go talk to, cousin Jimmy over there because he thought, he thought he was dead when I was pregnant when I left him. I would ask for a DNA test first. Do you want to know what I think? Yeah. I think that she was with the other guy this whole time, got pregnant, and the other guy didn't want to help her raise the child. So she was like, okay, like, I'll just tell him it's his kid. And when she was like, I'll marry, that's why she was so like, I'll marry you. We'll start a family. I'm pregnant. And then maybe the other guy came back and was like, you know what? On second thought, I will help you raise the kid. And now she's like, all right, well, fuck you. I really did like him. Yeah, I would ask for a DNA test. And then I would also want to see a copy of the birth certificate, see whose name she put on. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure a family law attorney can compel that, especially if you're claiming 12 years later. Exactly. So that's the steps I would take if this is what would Eric do. That's what I do. Is he the asshole? No. I mean, I don't see how. He didn't know. It'd be one thing if he knew the whole time and you're like, fuck her, she left me, I'm not going to pay. Yeah. That's a little different. Right. Exactly. But, and I'm serious. I'm 50-50 on maybe it's not even his kid at all. Yeah. She's just saying that now because the other relationship didn't work out. He's like, I lost his job or something. Yeah, they broke up. For something I would, get a DNA test, buddy, for sure. Fuck that whore. Get a DNA test and find out if this kid is really yours. And I hope you never take her back because if she's trying to get back in his life, maybe that guy left her. I hope he doesn't take her back either. Can I tell you a funny thing? Go ahead. Jennifer and I started watching the show called Yellowstone, and it's been around for a while. Everybody raves about it. It's Kevin Costner. There's a scene, we're only on like the 3rd episode. We just started. There's a scene where they're basically talking about how when a child is born, it almost always looks like the father immediately. And that's because that's nature's way of letting dads know that it's their child so that they don't kill him like right out of birth. That makes sense. There was a part of me like, I was going to you know what? I want to look that up and see if that's like a real thing or if that's just like for the show. Oh my God. And then I got tired and honestly. Sounds like a real thing. Yeah. I had one gummy too many yesterday and I fell asleep before I could really look it up. So I was like, okay, fuck it. But I want, but it kind of reminds me that maybe that's why. Yeah. Yeah. Compel a DNA test. Yeah. Volunteer. Sure. I mean, I think he'd want to know either way. For sure.
All right, next one. This one was funny to me.
All right. Well, of course. So this is probably some kid loses their arms.
No, it's
or something,
not.
or puts them in a wheelchair forever. If it's funny to Karina.
It's funny. It is funny.
Okay, go ahead.
Title is, Am I the Asshole for Disclosing a Family Secret That Only I Knew Of?
Well, I guess it's not a secret anymore.
It's not.
Go ahead.
Before I write this, as a heads up, allow me to say that my life has been complicated, okay?
Uh-huh.
That was the warning. Almost 10 years ago, I was in high school. I had a terrible flu case and also felt the need to use the toilet. I was 16 at the time, and diarrhea with massive farts did not go well with a 16-year-old's reputation. And I was pretty sure my dad would understand the situation and if I skipped class. The only reason I was at school that day anyway was not home in bed was because of an irrelevant event. So I decided to make a run to my uncle's house, which was only 5 minutes away. I also had the keys to the place. I arrived, I opened the door, and there she was, clear straight view from the hallway into the living room on top of another dude, my aunt.
Oh!
I ran to the toilet. In 20 minutes, I got out. He was gone. I told my aunt, who tried to talk to me, that I really didn't give a fuck. We will never talk about this again, and I left. Which brings us to last Christmas, 10 years later. My parents had a very ugly divorce during these years. My dad has also has an alcohol addiction, which influences me a little bit. My uncle grew colder, unbearable, and at times criticized us for not raising to his social standards. We had a family/close friends sort of gathering where both my parents, my uncle, and my aunt and their 2 kids, my 21-year-old cousin and 9-year-old cousin, were present, among various other people. Arguments ensues, insults are thrown. Apparently my upbringing has been flawed, which led me to be inferior to my cousins. My mother was crying, my dad was yelling, uncle was yelling, now I'm yelling at them, and he's calling me incompetent and other names. My aunt was smug, and my older cousin has always been weird and annoying. The younger one is quite brilliant and funny, and I'm sure he'll have a wonderful future.
The 9-year-old.
Yeah, the 9-year-old.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay.
I also like to talk to him about various things he likes in his hobbies. We would have made great friends if it wasn't for this incident.
A 9-year-old.
Yes.
It's going to be his BFF.
Yes.
This is sounding more and more fucked up by the minute, but go ahead.
The uncle yells something of the sort of, at least if you had a divorce, maybe you could have made another one and more functional. My mother replies with, what's that supposed to mean? Which my uncle said, well, they say with the second one, you can't mess up. And since this one's a disaster, maybe another one would have been a little bit more decent.
Oh.
Me. The only reason my second cousin is not as retarded as the first one is because he's not even yours. My aunt could tell you that, though. Her face was mortified. She forgot I knew, or at least never expected it to ever come up again. I left. They argued awkwardly for about 2 more minutes, and they also left. The other guests were gone by the time that the whole chaos ensued. My mom and dad wanted to talk to me about it. I refused and went home as well. In January, my uncle had a paternity test arranged. After monstrous fights with my aunt, my cousin was not his child. He will never look at him again the same. And probably because of me, he will never have a proper father. My cousin no longer even talks to me. Am I the asshole here?
Just before I answer that, I need to understand how did the diarrhea play in all this?
Because that's why he went to his aunt's house, because he had diarrhea. He didn't want to do it in the school bathroom because his reputation was too good for him.
So let me just respond to that. So he had the Hershey squirts. I understand that. I too can never use public restrooms. I have a real hard time. I mean, it's bad enough using the ones in the office here in the office building.
They're so bad. Too.
I know. I get that. Mm-hmm. Like, I would go to the closest private residence I could.
And he said his uncle's was 5 minutes down the road, walking distance.
I'm with you. Okay. So I understand better now why that was so important to the story. Is he the asshole? Honestly, yeah. But not.
He was triggered.
I know he was. But all he really did was hurt a child.
Yeah.
And that's really what's going to be the end of all this.
Yeah. I think that's when he reflected that.
Yeah. The uncle will now mistreat this child or make him a leper. Mm-hmm. The mom is essentially going to have, or the aunt, whatever, is going to have like a scarlet letter on her, even if it's invisible, but just at least in that family, if they even stay together.
Mm-hmm. That kid will always want to know his real dad.
Not just that, but that kid's going to think he caused the divorce.
That too.
He's not going to realize. So for all of those reasons, it was just really stupid. Now, what would Eric do? I mean, it honestly depends on what kind of position Eric was in. But if Eric was a starving student and needed money, Eric would go on Aunties' payroll after that. He'd be like, listen, you don't want me spilling the beans.
And the fact is, he didn't even care to blackmail her. He was I don't even give a fuck.
Fuck it. That's what I'm saying. Stupid. Okay. Now, the other thing too, Auntie seemed like she was old enough to know about condoms, right? Yeah. And, if you're going to get swept away in the moment, the pool boy or whatever. Just be fucking smart.
Go get a plan B.
Right? Or do something, or just fucking make him pull out or something.
Exactly.
For fuck's sake. Be an adult. There is so much, I hate to say it, there's so much unprotected sex. Yes. Back in the day, you might be too young to really appreciate this, but back in the day when I was like in my late teens, early 20s, HIV and AIDS was such an epidemic. We were fucking petrified of any kind of sexual contact. I'm serious. It's maybe the best. It was maybe one of the best. I don't want to use the word propaganda campaigns, but getting the word out, as far as safe sex and protection and stopping the transmission of this disease, it may have been one of the best efforts the U.S. government has ever made. Yep. Honestly, especially because in the beginning under Reagan, AIDS was brushed under the rug. Like they just pretended it was just a gay disease. It was like it's only affected the homosexual community. Of course, we later learned it really is indiscriminate. But I feel like from then till now,
no one's scared anymore.
People don't give a fuck.
No. People have HIV, STD. They don't give a fuck.
No, they're just fucking. Everybody's just out fucking.
They don't care.
Yeah, and it's like whatever. So it doesn't surprise me that there's this. Now this was a while ago. I guess at least 9 years ago. But still, I mean, now, if they know who the dad is and they know that he's, at least not an immediate family member, okay, maybe, but then again, how do you explain the kid's dullness or whatever? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know.
No, this one's the brilliant one, remember?
Well, that also, that's
this
right.
One's like
that might also be just as big of a clue if, uncle's too stupid to realize the kid ain't his.
He told him, he was like,
by the way,
second one is smarter because he's not yours.
And you know what I want to know? I want to know if the second one's like fucking redheaded or something. If he's like a ginger. Or like has blue eyes and a family of brown eyes. I mean, you want to tell me there's not a single fucking hint, right? I mean,
that he's not yours. Yeah.
I just think like if one of my kids wasn't mine, I would have been able to tell by their 9th birthday.
I'm pretty sure.
For crying out loud, man.
Sure.
Where's your your fucking goggles on
and
or something?
Kids could tell that you're not their parents.
Yeah. I mean, that's just weird. But like I said, is he the asshole for that? Yeah. I get it. He was triggered and upset and maybe the uncle's a jerk and he's like one of those like hoity toity. He's like a banker guy, like, whatever. The worst is if he's like, like a VP of a bank, which anybody can be. It's not like a special thing, but they think they're all that. But nonetheless, all you do is hurt your cousin. He didn't deserve that. So for those reasons, he's the
I
asshole.
hope you pay his therapy.
I know. I'm saying for those reasons, he's the asshole.
All right.
And he's going to have to grow up knowing his mom's a whore.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks too.
Yeah. That really sucks. That's almost as there with the kids who know that their mom's at OnlyFans or something.
No, this is worse.
Yeah.
Because at least if like the kid's mom was on OnlyFans and they find out, she'd be like, look, I just want you to have the finer things in life.
Yeah, I was making a living.
No, I would see. This is the difference. I turn it around on my kid. Like I was willing.
See all the shit you have?
Right. I was willing to exploit myself and essentially, give up any moral fiber I had just so you could have a better life.
So you could have those Jordans on your feet that you want.
Right. Or whatever. Or have a car or whatever. You could live in a better neighborhood. That's how I would have done that. But anyway.
No, his mom was just giving it up just on a school day.
That's what I'm saying.
In the middle of the day.
Well, I get it. I mean, that's usually a safe time. Kids are at school, hubby's at work.
Yeah.
It also makes you curious, like how many more have been in between. I mean, maybe she just didn't get pregnant, or maybe she got smart.
She got
after
smarter.
this one.
It's not that she didn't get pregnant; she just got smarter.
Right? Because it's hard for me to believe that over the course of 9 years, this was like a one-time slip.
No,
this wasn't like a night at a bar and they just, the fucking guy was at her house.
Exactly.
Right? So she had to be in touch, give him directions, like the whole bit.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So.
Oh my God, what a whore.
All right, next one. The doctor called my mom with my test results after I told them I am no longer associated with her number.
Oh.
I went to the doctor for some tests. I arrived at the family doctor and they had some of my contact information wrong. So we rehashed addresses and phone numbers. When we got to the phone numbers, the woman working the desk read mine out loud. I said, yep, that's mine. And then she proceeded to say, and insert her mom's number. I explicitly state that I am no longer associated with that phone number and to please never give my information to her. I asked the receptionist to remove it. She nods. Cool. We're out of the woods. I get sent to go get my test and all of that. Cool. We're good. Test came back negative. I get stuck in traffic for about an hour and a half driving home. I get several phone calls that I couldn't pick up because I refused to use my phone while driving. I get home and see a missed call from my family doctor. Call them back. Hey, it's negative. I already knew that, but thank you. Have a good day. I get inside and I was tagged in a Facebook post by my mother. I see she has also taken to message me on Facebook. Hey, the doctor office said your mailbox was full, but you're negative for HIV. Congrats. They notified my mother after I explicitly told them that that was not the number to use and to please not contact her. What are my options here?
Oh boy.
This is not the first time something like this has happened. So what would you do in this situation?
There is something called HIPAA.
Yeah.
HIPPA, Health Information Privacy and Protection Act. Your doctor cannot give you, now if you're a minor, that's different. But if you're an adult, I'm just saying, if you're an adult, your doctor cannot give your medical information to any fucking buddy unless you specifically authorize it. Now, what's likely the case is this. So when my kids were younger, I was authorized to get their test results on, like we're with a health insurance provider named Kaiser.
Yeah.
And almost everything is digital or online now.
On the
right?
app, yeah. And
right. But when my oldest turned 18, she opted out of that, and that's fine. But that Kaiser cannot, even if I previously was authorized, once that authorization is revoked by the patient, then that's it. So what are your options? You get a lawyer because that violation caused you embarrassment. I mean, glad you're negative, but yeah, I mean, so the world knows at this point you're having unprotected sex. The world knows at this point you had an AIDS scare, right? Glad you're negative. I don't see how this is going to improve your dating life, especially anybody that saw that on fucking Facebook. And where the fuck is mom's common sense? I mean, God bless mom, but I mean, you're for wanting to use technology, but please take a fucking tutorial. I say this to all, hey, if we have any listener over the age of 60, and I'm only 52, but so I'm not that far behind it. But if you're going to use technology to communicate with your kids, do a fucking take a tutorial, ask a question, do something. Okay. Listen, guys, kids don't want you following them.
No.
They don't want you tagging them.
No.
Okay. I follow my kids on Instagram. I'm so under the radar about that they just forget. Right. But I kind of see once in a while, and thank God it's nothing terrible. But if I were to make a fucking comment, I'd be blocked, blasted, blacklisted, everything.
Saying that though. Congrats, your doctor called. Your mailbook's full, but you're HIV negative.
I know. No, mom, what are you thinking? And it's almost like the mom, it really sounds kind of innocent. She really just wanted maybe her kid to like rest easy.
Does it? Or
no, I have
because they've cut contact.
No,
and that's why she was so hard on being like, do not give my information to her.
No, I don't know that it's that or not, or what's going on. I mean, the mom, again, whatever issues there may be between mother and son, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like that was done to like intentionally embarrass him. Mm-hmm. And I would almost say if the results were positive, that would have been much more intentional.
Maybe,
right. But it feels like she's just letting him know, and this might be the best way, especially
to her, it was just like shit.
Right. And if he's not picking up the phone or not taking calls, and maybe she thought this was something he'd want to know right away. I don't know. I can't pretend to understand like the mentality, like how that works. I just don't feel like it was as vindictive as he thinks it is. Just hearing the way this was written. Mm-hmm. And there's a lesson here, right? I mean, listen, like I said before, I'm not just a lawyer and a podcaster. I'm a teacher. Okay, let me teach you, son, right? You need to make sure your medical records have accurate information all the time, right? It goes back to the old like John Gotti thing. Yeah. Never say anything to anyone you don't want to hear played back for you one day. Same thing apply. If you don't want your medical information getting to anybody, make sure. Don't just talk to the reception. Yeah. Fucking make sure. And if you did
like a small town,
and if you did everything you were supposed to, and the doctor's office let it out anyway, get counsel for yourself. You've got a claim. Mm-hmm. There are some statutory minimums that they can be fined and penalized, and you may have a claim for emotional distress or from the embarrassment of that. Especially if you started getting a bunch of like jokes and DMs or whatever. Was it like people?
Is all your aunts commenting? Oh, I'm so happy for you, Timmy.
Oh, I know. Imagine. I hate to say this, but imagine if like Timmy was one of those kids that just got like the quote participation award and stuff. He just never wins anything, and like everybody's just like, "Oh,
you won this time!
We're so happy for you. You did it! Yeah, you avoided AIDS. Hey, Timmy, good for you." That that would be really sad. Poor Timmy.
Oh God.
Oh, and by the way, I mean, it's almost like they're saying, "Timmy, we're so happy you're getting some." Right?
That too.
What?
Because she even added a little smiley face emoji. The thing I just didn't at the end of it. It was an emoji of.
So you know what I'm thinking now? I'm serious. What if Timmy's in the closet and he is associating an HIV test with homosexuality, and that's the cause of the embarrassment? and like mom being like, yeah, you don't have AIDS. Like, and he thinks it's like, hey, you're gay and you don't have AIDS. Like maybe that's how he sees it.
You're right. I didn't even think of it.
Possible, especially if it's one of these small towns, right? You never know.
That could be it too. That's crazy though. But all right, we got 2 more.
All right.
This one's a little bit of a long one, but stick with me because it's good.
All right. So, all right. I may need cliff notes, but go ahead. All right, hit me.
Am I the asshole for telling my niece the family secret? I, 35 female, had 2 older sisters growing up, Jane and Kim. Kim got sick and died, but not before she gave birth to my niece Laura. Laura is now 18. Okay. It had been a year after Kim's passing when Jane, the other sister, and Laura's dad, we'll call him Tom, confessed to be dating, and they were now engaged. Yes.
Oh, hold on. Whose dad is this?
Mm-hmm. This was
Kim's
ex-husband.
Okay, the dead wife's father?
Yes. No, the dead wife's husband.
The widow.
Yes.
Right? And who's he hooking with?
The other sister.
His natural child?
No. His sister. His sister-in-law.
Okay. His son's...
His daughter's mom.
His daughter's mom.
His daughter's aunt. Sorry, this got confusing. Okay. Original poster had 2 sisters.
Right.
Okay. Kim is the one who had a daughter and was married to Tom. Okay. Kim died. Okay. Jane is the other sister. Jane is now dating Tom. They're engaged.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Swapped in.
I understand. Okay.
There you go.
It would be like if my brother started dating Smashley.
Yes.
After Aaron died.
Yes.
Or something like that. Okay. I understand. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is already becoming very disturbing. But all right. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. So dead sister's husband is now hooking up with living older sister.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes. Okay. There's the 18-year-old daughter. The daughter is now 18.
Got it.
Okay. Everyone was very surprised, but no one was as vocally disgusted as me. I accused them of cheating. Jane and Tom explained that this wasn't something that they planned, but there was no cheating, and they knew that Kim would want them to be happy. Convenient since, she's fucking dead. I did not attend the wedding, and I was upset at how everyone else was so accepting of the relationship. But the thing that hurt me the most was how Jane and Tom intended to completely erase Kim from Laura's life. So they're not trying to have her know her mom at all.
But she's 18.
She's 18. No, but this was before. Like, this was early years.
Right, but I mean, so I guess...
No. She died a year after she gave birth to
oh, okay, I understand.
But this is now.
Now, 18 years later, they're hooking up.
No.
They've hooked up this whole time?
This whole time. They married a year after.
Oh, okay.
They got married after a year.
This is really poorly written.
Yeah,
it's not you. It's just...
they're going back and forth between now and then.
So it's like uncle stepdad.
Yeah. She doesn't know that.
I understand, but okay, that's weird.
Okay. Where was I? Okay. She was barely 2 when Kim died. So it's talking about the little girl. And they decided it would be better if Laura thought Jane was her mother in every sense of the word after the adoption was finalized. So they basically took away Kim, said she's not your mom. Jane's been your mom this whole time. That's going to be your mom. The little girl didn't know anything. So she just took Jane as her mom.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. And by the way, that's not the most obscene advice or plan of action. Mm-hmm. So this is already sounding like sisters butthurt about this, but let's keep going. Okay.
Tom got rid of any items that would suggest he and Kim were ever in a relationship and made his family swear to never tell Laura the truth. Jane expected everyone on our side of the family to do the same, but I refused, and as such, I was denied access to Laura. It hurt, but when I thought about all those times Kim cried knowing that she wouldn't live long enough to see Laura grow up, there was just no way that I could honor that lie. They even had Laura's name legally changed to something that Jane liked, as Kim picked out Laura's first name. I distanced myself from the family over time, but my parents always tried to get us to reconcile, citing that they didn't like this arrangement either, but accepting it was better than not being a part of Laura's life at all. I just couldn't do it. Growing up, Laura had known of me, but we never really interacted. Apparently, she's interested in studying a field that I work in and reached out to me through social media. The last time I saw her in person, she was 7, and I started to tear up at how much she looked like Kim. We would talk from time to time, and eventually Laura asked why I wasn't around. I tried to keep it vague, but Laura knew that there was more to me, more to the story, as I didn't seem like the person I was described to be. If we had been talking through DM like before, I probably wouldn't have done it, but we were video chatting, and something about looking directly into her eyes broke me, and I confessed everything. Before Kim died, she and I made a series of videos for Laura to watch at her big moments, and I told her that if she ever wanted to watch any of them, I'd send those to her as well. Laura asked me to send some of them, and I heard nothing from her for 2 days. Recently, I got a call from an enraged Jane and Tom berating me for ruining their family. After Laura watched some of the videos, she confronted my parents who confirmed everything. Laura has now moved out and is currently not speaking to anyone, and no one knows where she even is. Everyone is angry at me. Am I the asshole here?
100%.
100%.
1,000%.
Yep.
What a selfish fucking slag.
Yep.
And this idea that my sister was so sad that she wasn't going to see her daughter grow up. Well, I bet she would much rather see her grow up in a happy household, even if it's based on some lies. And I consider those to be kind of white lies because they really were, at least I believe, meant to protect this child. Than knowing this nasty, bloody truth. And it's not even that terrible.
Exactly.
Honestly, if they're not at all related, if this was an in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law that hooked up or got together and he adopted the child as his own to care, it's not his kid or whatever, not her kid, whatever.
But it's his kid. It's his decision.
I'm saying they raised her as a family.
She should have intervened.
Right. She probably had a healthy upbringing. Yeah. And the estranged, butthurt, cunty sister fucked it all up. She is beyond an asshole. Okay. She is. Seriously. She's like she's the little curly hair that comes out of an asshole. Right. I'm serious. She really did. She probably caused more harm to this child psychologically,
than what
emotionally.
She thought she was doing. Yep.
I mean, than anybody else could have. And the fact that she decided it was her role as an aunt
and sending her the videos, you have harmed that child so much to know, oh my God, my mom isn't my mom. I had a different mom. She died. No one told me about my mom. And I was raised on a lie.
This is very upsetting. I mean, you want to talk, look, and honestly, this was she's not writing it, but there was some other selfish motivation. This was not done out of the, the concerns for this child.
This is not, oh my God, you look just like my sister.
Right. No, this was,
no, it wasn't.
This was, fuck this. She got on some moral high horse and decided to basically penalize everybody, including this child, who's really the most innocent out of all of it. Right. She wasn't able to make decisions. She's just, was told what she was told and lived and accepted it and grew up. Yeah. Huge asshole thing.
Yep.
She's a Kardashian-sized asshole. I mean, how do you do that?
That family secret should have stayed. Your parents agreed to this. You think your parents would, even her parents were like, you know what? Like, as long as I get to see my granddaughter, it doesn't matter what we tell her.
This sister is like the inside of Lizzo's ass. Okay? That's how fucking nasty she is. Okay. The nastiest possible analogy I could come up with is what she is.
Just know, person who's writing this, if you just have one hater in the world, it would be Eric.
Oh, more. No. I hope she has to go to women's jail for something and her paperwork shows how she ruined this child's life and then watch how she enjoys how those people are treated in jail. I mean, I cannot imagine a more twisted, selfish motivation for doing that. The idea that, I just broke me. Bullshit. Your moral high ground disagreed and you decided to do something on your own. How fucking dare you? You cannot take this poor child's life and emotions into your own hands.
You can't.
Because you think you're doing the right thing.
That's not your child. That wasn't your right to tell her anything.
That's right. How do you know this is really the right thing for her? You know that old saying, what is it? Like, happiness is bliss. No. The fucking ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Ignorance is bliss. In this case, ignorance was bliss. This kid seemingly had a normal, healthy life, regular childhood, lived in a supported home, was fully adopted, named, had a mom, everything. Right. Stability. And you just basically, you didn't throw a monkey wrench. You fucking dropped a bomb on that entire family. They are right to berate you and you should literally, I hope you go to hell. I hope seriously,
they never speak to you.
No, I hope you lose a fucking arm. Honestly, that's so fucking grotesque. You want to tell me that wasn't the last one?
No, there's one more.
All right, hopefully this one's a bit more lighthearted. You're going to put me in such a bad mood now when we fucking stop today.
Well, I'm glad we did our cookie review already.
Yeah.
If not, it would have been really bad.
I know.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for calling my aunt classless and outing her biggest secret to the whole family?
Again, that's going to depend on the secret. Let me guess. She's fucking the grandmother or something, or grandfather?
No.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I, 25 female, have always been really close to my cousin. We'll call him D, 22 male.
It means Donnie or David, but okay.
He had a harder time growing up because his parents had some financial difficulties. He never went to bed hungry or anything like that, but they didn't have money for luxuries. My uncle met his wife in a strip club where she was dancing. No one in the family knew this, but she had left that work when she got married. They now have a business, which D works for, that business struggled for years, but was one of the businesses that became vital during the pandemic. So things really turned around for them and they are making bank now. This means that a few months back, my cousin could have had an amazing wedding and a 2-month long worldwide. Wait. This means that a few months back, my cousin could have had an amazing wedding and a 2-month long worldwide honeymoon. I was really happy and proud of him. I grew up solidly middle class, nothing lavish, but we had some things that, other people would consider luxuries. My parents, however, were not in a position to pay for my college, which I was told about, and I had to get loans. I have been working for 2 years and I still live with my parents while I pay off the loans. I unfortunately could not get my master's because I wasn't financially available to do that. Last weekend was my birthday party and my cousin showed up without a gift. His wife made a comment jokingly about how they can't afford anything after spending so much money on their wedding. None of this bothered me because gifts are not an expectation, but my dad was visibly upset. I asked him about this and he opened up a can of worms. It turned out that I used to have a healthy college fund until my mom secretly lent it to my aunt and uncle to save their business when I was 15. The agreement was that as soon as they were able, they would pay it back to my mom. They haven't returned a dime. Oh, let me...
Paulina's here.
Mm-hmm. They have, in the last 3 years, bought a second house, flown first class overseas, and paid for Dee's weddings and honeymoon. Their excuse is that I am done with college and their son works hard, so he deserves it more, and they don't have to pay my mom back anymore. My father got so annoyed at my aunt while relaying this to me that he decided to kick them out. While trying to calm him down, I said, we both know she only thinks about herself and Dee. If she had any class, she wouldn't dress like she's still a fucking stripper. I was so preoccupied that I didn't realize my entire family had quietly walked up with my candles lit on the cake, ready to sing to me, and they heard everything that was just said. My aunt left and has since sent my mom a message that we will never be seeing that money as it is now compensation for her pain and suffering. I didn't mean to out her and be so rude. I was just dealing with a lot of emotions and shock over this. I still am, honestly. My family doesn't know why we were so angry, so they just think that I'm an asshole, and I don't want to tell them the whole story. But I'm not sure if it's inexcusable either way. So, am I the asshole here?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of fucked up that they take the position of, well, you don't need to.
You already went to college.
Yeah.
My kid's better off so he can have the money.
Right. Yeah. That's sort of a fucked up position to take. Look, the fact that she used to be a stripper, but then quit that life when she got married, I don't really see how that's super embarrassing. A lot of people,
a lot of people paid strip to
I'm
go
saying,
to school
yeah,
and all of that.
Sure. A lot of people work the pole on their way to, getting their degree.
Exactly.
And
honestly, Cardi B.
Well, that's right. But let me tell you, and I don't mean this in a weird chauvinistic way. There are a lot worse things women can do and have done to put themselves through school or make money.
Exactly.
Working as a stripper in a strip club
doesn't mean fucking.
Exactly. That's not hooking.
That's what Cardi B says all the time. I danced. I didn't fuck. I danced.
Yeah. And so I find nothing, you know what? What's the difference between that and with these, a few obvious things, but like of a belly dancer that goes to like birthday parties or
what's the difference? Or like the drunk girls that get on tables.
Right. Oh yeah. Remember those Girls Gone Wild, like Spring Break 94 or whatever.
Tables. So what the fuck?
Yeah. All the difference is that, guy took out like a fucking handy cam or whatever and like posted on the internet.
And the other one got money thrown at her.
Right. But at the end of the day, I find that activity to be fairly harmless.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, I don't know, some of our female listeners may not like this, but most men consider that a win. Yeah. I mean, not a lot of them actually go home with the strippers.
There's a lot of
we all think so
who even take the classes just because their husbands like it.
Well, it's but I'm saying when guys, especially when you're younger, when you go to strip clubs, we all think that
you're going to go home with one of them that day.
And they and they know how to work that room, pay attention. Guys eat that shit up. They think they're like the most special. Okay. Spoiler alert, guys. None of you are. None of you ever will. If you go to a strip club knowing that this is a negative expectation experience, meaning you're just paying for your own entertainment, it doesn't matter, that money's gone, you're not going to get anything of value out of it, fine. If you go because you think that, fucking Christy and China and Cherry or whatever are going to somehow find you super attractive out of a whole fucking room of people.
They're doing it for their rent. They're doing it for tuition. I was listening to a podcast of this influencer. She used to be a stripper before. And she was saying, there was days when I needed my rent by the next day. And I would sit at that strip club from when it opened to when it closed. She's like, because I need my rent. And she's like, and guys are so stupid. You give them that little voice. She's like, they're going to fall for it. And she's like, I would get my rent every time. And she was talking about that. She's like, because guys think they are the ones you're going to go home with. She was like, no.
No, and I'll tell you what, I'm not just saying this is true. I mean, especially when I was younger in 18, 19, 20, I mean, I've been to like strip clubs.
Right.
I've always sort of seen the practicality in this.
Mm-hmm.
I've always kind of been that way, like the way my mind works. So I always understood that this was a bad investment, right? There is no return. There is no ROI.
You're not getting shit for
right,
it.
right. There's no ROI at the fucking strip club.
Can't even touch.
The best possible outcome is if you go to one that has like a lunch buffet.
Yeah.
So at least you can eat, right? For the cover charge or whatever.
You're not getting anything else.
Not a fucking thing, guys.
Yeah.
And the dumbest of them all, I hate to say it, are the ones that like go to like the VIP area or the champagne rooms or whatever the fucking call them. They get these private lap dances that still amount to nothing. And all they do at the end is go home with blue balls, right? And then the fucking next Saturday, they're back blowing their fucking hard-earned money. And I cannot be mad at the girls to take up that job during college, especially. Yep. First of all, ladies, that's probably when you look the best. So you got a window of time, right?
Some college don't let you though. I remember the college I did in Hawaii, there was a girl there who stripped and she got taken out.
Was it BYU?
No, when I went to Hawaii.
No, I know because there's a big Mormon.
But it wasn't at BYU. No, but she got kicked out of school because they found out she was a stripper.
So if it's a state university, by the way, she could sue them for that.
It was a private.
Private. They can make kind of their own rules. No, they can have these morality clauses. That's why I asked about BYU.
No, but it was private.
You know, BYU, you get kicked out if they find you with beer, right? I'm saying, so you never know. Yeah. But generally speaking, right, that's your window, right? You got a certain number of years where you looked like that rockin' stripper.
Exactly.
Fucking go for it, girl. Work it. If men, I hate to say it again, my own species, but if men are stupid enough to drop hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a Friday night times 100 guys in the club, 10, 20 grand in cash and all singles and fives or whatever, who gives a shit?
Yep.
Get yours.
So the fact that she's saying, I'm not going to pay you back because you outed this?
Bullshit.
No. Fuck, give me my money back.
She should have been, first of all, she should have been proud.
Exactly.
Right? And number one. Number two, the fact that her kid finished college already, not hers, but the other one, is no excuse. You don't say, I don't need to repay you for that.
Exactly.
Right? I don't care if
he wanted a master's. He didn't get that because of that money.
I don't care if he just wanted a better car. It doesn't matter. It was money earmarked for him. They made a decision to help in an emergency period. Now that the business thrives, right? They should have.
And this was years ago because he was 15 when his mom gave that money away, and he already finished his
yeah, so he's at least 24, 25, 23, 24.
Because he couldn't even go to. He wanted master's. He couldn't go to master's school.
So I just think that this. By the way, the idea that they flew first class on that, it
doesn't matter.
It's for context. Exactly. It gives some color. It's not the point. The kid's mom was generous enough to basically give away his money, which that's a different kind of issue. Because honestly, if I'm the kid, I hate to say, but like, yo, ma, you made that decision. That's your problem.
Where's my money?
Right. I want to go to college and get my master's. I had money waiting, so figure it out. I mean, I'd do it in a much nicer way, and I'm assuming he has a good relationship with his mother. But
well, he said he's still paying loans off from undergrad too because he didn't even have money for undergrad.
Yeah, it's just bullshit. I would definitely, or you know what? Even if they don't have it in a lump sum, pay the fucking tuition for the guy. Every semester, you put a little bit towards it. I mean, that would have worked.
Exactly.
So I think for all of those reasons, he's not the asshole. And the fact that she used to be a stripper, I don't see how that's that embarrassing.
And if she doesn't have the money now, the poll's still there. Go make it again.
See, there we go. There's Karina. Welcome, Karina, to the podcast. There it is. You know, we took the scenic route, but we got there. Right there.
I hadn't made a comment yet.
I'm saying, I know. There you go.
Hey, I mean, she has to make it up somehow, right?
I guess so.
So she did it once, she could do it again. She'll be all right.
Oh my God. Okay, well, I assume that's it.
That's it.
All right, so get ready. So we're going to have, I think, if all goes well, Friday's episode will have the infamous Facebook story at the end with my brother Josh. I guarantee it's worth the wait. At least to me, it is. Yes. I think this is the funniest fucking story ever.
I think it is too.
But you know, I don't know. And we may even have a special guest tell us the story more than my brother, but we'll see.
So stay tuned for that one.
In the meantime, tell us where they can find us. All
right, guys. So thank you all for listening. We appreciate all the support. Remember, you can find us at The Bentama Confirm on Instagram. You can also find our Instagram for the podcast at The Late Podcast on Instagram as well. Our Twitter and TikTok is Bentama Confirm. You can visit our website at eblawfirm.us and you can email us at info@eblawfirm.us. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.